Hi, I'm Daron from Globe Life, American Income Division. I spoke to you about your benefits through VASA Agency 255. Is Mary there?
Yeah, she's over there.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, great. So I have your benefits here. I really love that they have me doing this thing through Zoom. It makes things a lot faster. And don't worry, I'm not going to take too much of your time. So let me go ahead and get started. While I get things set up, tell me, where are you from originally?
We are in the uh, Abilene area.
Okay, I got some family in the Dallas area. How would you like it out there? How long have you lived there?
Um, we've been out here, shoot, probably since 2013, so a little over 10 years.
Okay, so that house is almost a home then, you would say.
Yep.
Okay. Uh, Now I know you're down to know, so let me tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you and what I'm gonna do. So my job is just to go over some no-cost benefits that already been set up for you. Then I'm gonna go over some additional benefits that you might qualify for. So you know my company, American Income, works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations through the United States. And look, whether you like unions or you don't, the thing is everyone agrees that they have the best benefits. Now, a big reason for this is because of their relationship with American Income for the past 60 years. As you can imagine, they have me running around like crazy. So let me go ahead and get started. Let me jump into these no-cost benefits. Now, your first no-cost benefit, Joe and Mary, your first no-cost benefit will be the Child Safety ID Kit mobile app, which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations. Now, I'm sure you know a bunch of families with kids, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that Texas leads the nation in abductions? And did you know that 93% of children that are found in the first 24 hours are never found?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So that's why we decided to create the most comprehensive app. It's kind of to help find missing children. Now, the app, just to show you, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. When you go to your store, whether you have a Samsung or iPhone, it'll be a blue kind of app with a red stop sign, and in the middle of the stop sign, it'll say Child Safe Kit.
Okay.
So when you get a chance, make sure you download that app, and then imagine if your child went missing. Can you see how important this app would be?
Yep.
Now, being the endorsed company by the International Union of Police Association, they're just asking me that you are for 5 families. Now, I remember you saying you have family in the Abilene area, correct?
hmm
Okay, so could you give me the first person that comes to mind?
Um, let's do my uh, sister.
Right. Sister with the same last name, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And her name is Monica.
got you. Next.
Let's do um, let's do my other sister, Stephanie.
Got you. Same last name, I would assume.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Next.
Um, let's do we've got some friends, Kevin and Peyton.
Okay. Is that Peyton like Peyton Manning?
Yep, just like Peyton Manning.
And what's Kevin's last name?
Rogers.
Got you. And then Peyton's last name?
Rogers, they're married.
Okay, gotcha. Next.
Let's do Lisa and Henry.
Okay.
And I'm drawing a blank on their last name. I have no idea.
Okay, we'll come back to that. No worries. The first name is all we need for right now.
Okay.
Now, the next no cost benefit that we'll be going over is your free will kit. Now, John Mary, have you ever had the chance to establish a final will or testament or had that conversation yet between each other?
Yeah, I think we kind of decided cremation.
Okay. Now, this free will kit partner with American Income is to distribute these kits at no cost to you because of the company's reputation and history of just helping families. Now, let me review this free will kit with you. It's important once you get this kit filled out, you follow all the instructions and keep this in a safe place. So make sure after we round this up, I'll make sure to tell y'all that again, just because some people do forget. So you don't want that to happen. Now, Joe Mary, the next no cost benefit is your AIL plus discount card. Now, how are your benefits through work, Joe?
They're all right.
Okay, you're gonna absolutely love this, Dan. I'm sure you know by now, but you can't rely on group benefits since you don't control them, and you can really get them. They can change at any time. So this no cost benefit will help you with those gaps, giving you up to an 85% discount on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids, telemedicine, chiropractic services, and really think anything across those lines. Now, your membership requires an annual renewal. Now, that's a no cost to you, meaning you won't have to pay a cent, a dime out of anything that you make. We'll let you know when it's time to renew. You won't even have to think about it. People always tell me they didn't think that they use it this much and they find themselves using it all the time. Again, this is at no cost to you. It's good to get like the extra peace of mind. I appreciate it. I've even offered it to my mother. So I think everybody should kind of use or take advantage of. Now you'll receive an activation email within the next few days. So just be on the lookout for that and you'll be able to knock it out no problem. Now,
Okay.
this no cost benefit will be an accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Now, Joe, this is a living benefit that pays you 2,000 for any one loss of one hand, one foot, or one side and eye, and double that amount, which would be 4,000 for a loss of 2 feet, two hands, or both your eyes. Now, I know 4,000 doesn't seem like a lot of money in the world, and it's really not. But Joe, if you were to die, your paycheck would die with you, and I'd imagine that'll put Mary in a crunch, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see how this definitely helps long term more than short term, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and email you a certificate for your records. Make sure you important it and start so you can always have that there. You can even I was gonna say mail it. You can even print it if you want just to have a physical copy of it. You'll receive a green certificate in the mail and you want to fill it out completely and send it back in the PO box to make sure that ensure you're covered. Now, before we keep going and doing anything else, I need two emergency contacts to put for just to say, oh, this is worst come worst, but you and Mary were to die tomorrow. We would need two emergency contacts to call so that they can even take advantage of this term that you're gonna hopefully indulge in. But uh who would be the first one? Would you want it to be your sister or do you have anybody else for the emergency?
For mine, let's do my dad,
Okay,
and his name is Brent.
okay. So Brent Rankin,
Hmm.
got you.
And then for hers, we're gonna put Pam,
Okay.
Pam.
Mhm.
Last name is Cope, Cope.
Got you. I like both y'all's last names. Very unique. My last name being York, I wish we could get into that, but now I need you to grab your phone real quick if you can, Joe. Now, can you write this number down for me on your phone, please?
Sure.
So the number is going to be to our local office number. So if you can never get a hold of me, which will never happen, but let's just say you can't, you'll be able to call our local office, and this is for your emergency contacts also, so that if anything needs to be talked about, like I said, if you can't get a hold of me, you can call them right away. Now, this number will be 832
Mhm.
327 0800. I'm going to say it one more time just for clarification, 832 327 0800. Like I said, this is the local office number located in Waco, Texas. If you have any questions, this is also, I'm going to call your emergency contacts and let them know about this number just in case, like I said, worst come to worst, y'all would have died tomorrow, but that won't happen. We'll make sure of it.
Okay.
So now, Joe, this policy is just on you. But the second part of this benefit is that you can extend it to your closest family members and friends at no cost to you or them. So how this policy works, let's say, God forbid, you were to die in an accident. A $2,000 policy, just like yours, will pay out to his or her family at no cost to them. All you're doing is kind of giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you did. Now, the ability is to extend is tied with the visit that we're having right now because of your enrollment period. So it's important to not prejudge anyone's situations and kind of let them decide on themselves. Now, I'm going to tell you, this benefit is worth $20,000. Now, I know I said that it would only go to $2,000 policy, so let me keep going. It means that you can extend it up to 10 families. Now, these 10 families would each get $2,000, which equals out to 20,000 worth of the benefit. Now, obviously, your emergency contacts will automatically be included. So that's two people, and we've already taken care of that. That leaves you with 8 more names that you can give me. So you mentioned that all these people we talked about for referrals, would you like to add them to the list? Because with them, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 already, meaning you only need 2 more. So if you can give me 2 more, that's 2 more families that could,
Yeah, let's do a friend of mine. His name is Chris
Okay.
Jones.
Yes, sir. Chris Jones. I like that name.
And then let's do another one. His name is David Vargas.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. Now we got your 10. That's taken care of. Thank you so much, Joe. You'd be surprised how many people can't give me 10, but today you did. Now, Joe, make sure you give these families that we talked about the extended no cost benefits just a call or a text within the next couple of days because I'm going to be reaching out to them. So as long as you give them a heads up, they're going to be really happy. But if I call them and they don't know I'm calling, you'd be surprised how many mean calls and texts that I've had from people that don't expect me to call them. So please, 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 if you could, just let them know that I'll be giving them a call or a text within the next couple of days. Make both of our jobs easier. I promise you. Now, Joe and Mary, now I'm going to jump into reviewing some exclusive benefits that you must qualify for now. All of the families that I love, that I see love this part of the program and why it's 20,000 different groups handpicked by American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 years. Now, first, let's start with the needs analysis software. The reason most people don't have the right coverage is they don't know what they need. Now, in the next few minutes, I'm going to review this with you and you will definitely know where you're at. And I'm going to ask you a few questions to see where you're at. So the member survey, let me get that pulled up. Now, just so you know, I'm a licensed in Texas to handle your life insurance. Now, I am still waiting on where is it? I'm still waiting on my paper for it, but I'll show you my picture just so you can see who I am.
Okay.
Now that's me. Don't worry, I'm gonna have that next to a licensed Texas state approved life insurance, but we are not there yet. We're still growing, still learning. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Now, the first question will be, you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored in by someone who is. Second question is, you must have an active checking account with a bank or credit union. 3 would be, have you or anyone in the household been diagnosed with COVID-19 virus in the past and if so, when?
No, we hadn't. It was 3 or 4 years ago. We probably had it 3 or 4 times,
Yeah,
and
perfect.
we use Wells Fargo for a
Okay,
bank.
perfect, perfect, perfect. Give me one moment. I'm over here burping up a storm. Okay, great. Now, before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. So I have this mandatory read-off letter for you. It explains how the enrollment process works. Now, Joe and Mary, instead of me reading this whole thing, can I just kind of summarize it for you, just to kind of help you get along? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. I see you, baby. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. But it's basically saying as that if, as I'm going through the benefits, you're nodding your head, thinking, wow, these are some great benefits, and I can see why 20,000 groups approve this and why everyone's doing it. Then I'm going to go ahead and ask you to apply today. Now, on the flip side, if I'm going through the benefits and you're thinking to yourself, these really are some great benefits, but I don't feel the need for me and my family right now, then I'm going to ask you to not apply. Either way, yes or no, that decision does not have to be made today. During your service periods, in all fairness to all other members waiting to enroll, you'll see what they did is they set it up as a no-brainer. It's going to be an easy yes or no. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Now, whether you should decide to do it or not, they just want me to tell you that if you could, can you give an opinion on Google review, which is sort of like my report card just to see if I'm doing good today in, day out.
Mhm.
Business. I try to get a 5-star review every time, not everybody's perfect. We're human, but hey, if I can shoot for it, I will. So it's important for me to stop and ask if you have any questions. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Thank you. And Mary, I know you're not in the camera, but if you're back there also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Okay.
Now, the next thing I'm going to go over with you is a list of concerns. As you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiations and benefit changes at work. It gives and take. Lately, it seems like we're paying a lot more and getting a lot less. The company has a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents whose main job is to kind of provide best wages and benefits for those members. Now, from their feedback, along with feedback from members like you, they came up with a list of concerns that apply to all working families, whether they're union or not. Now, I'm going to share my screen just so you can kind of see what the list of concerns would be for just kind of families that went through this, just like we're going through this right now. Now, the first would be co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. Now, as you can see, it says health insurance pays the doctors, but members lose wages due to time off work or out-of-pocket expenses. The second one for you would be funeral and final expenses. Now, many families don't have $14,000 to spend on a funeral right now. It's just not feasible. And funeral homes usually don't do anything without payment up front. So that's why that's top two on the list, not two, but it's top two. Now, three would be paycheck loss. Like I said earlier, Joe, if you were to die tomorrow, Mary would miss you, but she'd miss your money also. It sucks that it has to be that way for us, but that's what we do. We provide as men. Now, four would be mortgage and rent. Families may lose their home after sudden death. Like I said, once the money dries up, it's only so much you can do. Five would be your children's protections. Benefits through a job are typically not permanent for children, which can create a risk. An unexpected death could jeopardize your future educational opportunities for your kids. Six would be a terminal illness, especially cancer. Cancer is number one on our list. According to American Cancer Society, men have a 1 in 2 lifetime chance of developing or dying from cancer. And women, it's 1 in 3. Now, every time I read this, I get scared myself. I don't know if you did, Joe, but you never know. Seven will be your group benefits. Like we were talking about earlier, they're great. Group benefits are great, but they can change tomorrow if they wanted to, and you wouldn't have a say so. Members lose benefits at retirement or if they experience a long illness before death. Eight would be affordability. The cost to take care of all of these concerns to an open market is not affordable for many families, and waiting could increase the cost even more or potentially not even qualify them due to changes in their health. So these are just like the 8 top concerns that families have asked or over the years just bring up to our local office or any agents that we have asking questions. Now, the last concern is affordability. Now, to take care of all these concerns, it's usually just way too expensive. Since we sit down with people making maybe at $7 to an hour to maybe 77 an hour, some are working tons of overtime and some people are retired and some people just got laid off. Regardless of the situation, they just kind of wanted us to make this affordable for everybody. Now, the way we get it set up, Joe, let's just imagine your boss comes in up to you at work and tells you because things aren't going so well, they're going to start paying you for 41 hours instead of 40. Now, with that hour, are you going to tell your wife it's time for matching 4 hours, or are you just going to like call a travel agent and book a dream vacation? Now,
No.
yeah. Start construction on your dream house, you never know, but of course not. Now, on the flip side, let's say work's a little slow and your boss comes up to you and says, instead of laying you and some of your coworkers off, they're just going to send everybody home an hour early off Friday. So you'd be working 39 hours instead of 40. Would you have to get rid of your car, your cell phone, cancel a TV subscription? Would you have to do any of that? No, exactly. Now, the idea is that 1 hour isn't going to change your lifestyle. That's why we set it up this way. So let me just show you how to take care of how that 1 hour can take care of your concerns. Now, Joe and Mary, if it helps, I'm going to use an illustration to show you what's been set up so far. So let's just imagine that you're going to work tomorrow. And let me pull that up for y'all so y'all can see exactly what I'm referencing. Can you see that, Joe?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Okay,
it's,
so
it's kind of small.
okay, got you. Let me
There we go.
perfect. Okay, so this one on this left side would be job A, and this on the right side would be job B. So as I'm reading along, you could just kind of follow with me so you can see the numbers and kind of have a visual representation. Any questions, don't mind asking. So let's say we go on a job to work tomorrow, and right now you're at job A. So job A is the one with all the red zeros, and you're making about 1,500 a week. Now let's say another job opens up, we'll call this job B. And at this job, it's the same group benefits, same coworkers, kind of same responsibilities, same everything. The only difference is the income. You're making 90 less dollars, let's say, just 90 less dollars, right? Which is about 1 hour's wage difference, which, like you said, wouldn't change anything for you. So they took that hour, which didn't mean much, and they decided to put it put it towards something that would, which is handling these concerns in a very simple and straightforward way. Which do you think offers more, Joe? Job A or job B?
Job B.
Job B, correct. And that's because of all the benefits that come with everything that we have talked about so far with the no cost. Now, the first benefit covers your entire family due to any sort of accident. Like I said before, health insurance and group benefits are great, but they don't cover everything. Now, this program pays you up to $100 every time you can go to a doctor, urgent care, or a hospital for any accident or injury, whether that's a bump, a bruise, a bee sting, anything that you could think of. That's $100 back for you. That's 400. No, if you ended up in overnight, if you end up overnight in the hospital, it pays you 200 per day, and double that for extensive care. So that'd be the 100, 200, and 400. The 400 will be for intensive care per day. So let's say you have an accident and end up in the hospital for 5 days. By having this in place, it'll pay you up to $1,000 tax-free. That'll be all of that combined together. Now, considering that you're not working and making money, this money will help you take care of your bills, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you'll get 10,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or any sight in one eye, and double that, which would be 20,000 for the loss of two. The last part of the benefit provides an additional 20,000 to 100,000 for accidental death benefit, depending on the type of accident that you can run into. Now, as you can see, with your current job, none of this is covered. None of this. Now, the next concern has to do with your funeral and final expenses. Now, there's a 100% chance that you'll use this one. The Freedom of Choice certificate will take care of your financial burden, so your family doesn't have to. The FOC has already been set up with every funeral home. Your Freedom of Choice certificate is worth $30,000. The funeral home director will simply call the number on the front of the certificate, and American Income will take care of everything, including sending the remaining money to your family tax-free. So basically, Joe, what that's saying is, if you were to pass today and Mary needed to pay for your funeral tomorrow, this Freedom of Choice certificate will pay for everything up front. And all she'll have to do is, like I said, show them that and call the front office or the home office number that I gave you, and everything will be taken care of at no cost to you. All you'd have to do is be there and be there with your family. Sorry, Joe, just fixing. But they're using a permanent benefit to fund your freedom of choice, and that way it's there when and not if your family needs it. Now, Mary, on the worst day of your life, can you see how this would make things easier for you and your children?
Oh yeah.
Right now, you don't have anything like this in place with your group benefits. Now, Mary, when something happens to Joe, you're probably going to miss him, right?
Mm-hmm.
When after you go by, aside from missing Joe, what else is your family going to miss?
My income.
Exactly. So so this program provides a total of $100,000 payout for any kind of death to take care of your concern. Mary, this will give you and your children income every month for 3 years, just like Joe was, just like Joe was still there. This gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, or anything with your other insurance money. Now, right now, as it stands, there's no monthly income replacement. I see you, son. I see you. Give me one moment. Besides their income, the next thing people want secured for their family is their home. That's exactly why the benefits software is recommending mortgage or rent protection. Now, this program provides $100,000 of coverage for you, Joe. Statistically, if you were to die during your working years, it's probably not going to be health issue like a stroke or a heart attack. It'd probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you money. Now, right now with your current job, they aren't going to pay your mortgage or rent when something happens, but this program does. Now, this next thing that we're going to cover, which be down here, would be the Children's College Fund. Now, the next concern would be the benefit software found had to be to do with your children's futures education. Most families I see tell me that they want their kids to have the option at least to go to college. Statistically, the biggest thing that will prevent that is if the kids had lost one or both of their parents while they were minors. The software is giving you up to 100,000 for the college fund, which kind of breaks down to like 50,000 if you have two children. Huge, right?
Yep.
Now, as you can see right now, you don't have that. And the reason we offer so much is because people don't understand what they lost until they lost it. I see you, baby girl. Now, Joe and Mary, now that I've reviewed everything with you, I'm sure why you see 20,000 groups choose this program above all others, and why more families have our program than any other companies because of the value and the full circle of protection it provides. I mean, Joe, if something were to happen like a bad car accident, your family will receive $370,000 tax-free right away, all for about 1 hour wage per week. With your current job, there is no guarantee that your family would receive anything at all. So, Joe Mary, if you were to went into work tomorrow and you had to choose between job A and job B, which job would you take?
Probably the job B.
Job B, correct? Why would you do that if you're making more money with job A though?
Um, because of all those benefits.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. They say it's a no-brainer. So everyone wants the benefits, but not everyone can get the benefits. So I mentioned before, I do have to get you qualified first. So let me run these questions. Let me run through these questions and see. Let's see if you qualify. So I'm gonna show you the questions that I'm gonna go over with you, and that shouldn't take us no time. Can you see these?
Yeah, yeah.
First question: has anyone proposed insurance? Oh no, has anyone proposed insured ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse?
No,
Okay, perfect. Has anyone insured ever used drugs not to be prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamine, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
no, sir.
Okay. Has anyone had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation or arrested?
No,
Okay. Have you flown within the last 2 years or intended to fly in the structure? Oh, in the future as a passenger or as a scheduled airline?
no,
Ew. Sorry, my son is, as you can see, going crazy. Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years, intended to participate in any of the following activities? Auto, motorcycle, or boat racing, parachute jumping, skiing, scuba, or skydiving?
no,
Have you been diagnosed or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart, blood, or circulatory disorder?
no,
Have you been treated or for the following conditions: diabetes or endocrine disorder,
no,
paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease disorder, or any nervous system or brain disorder?
no,
Okay. Has any proposed insured have arthritis or any injury in the trouble or to the back, knees, or any joints?
no,
To the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairments or departure from good health?
no,
Have you been diagnosed as having or received treatment for cancer, tumors, or unexplained masses?
no,
Okay. Has anyone been rejected for life or medical insurance, rated or failed to receive a policy before?
no.
Have you been, have you had a physical examination in the last 5 years?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Uh, have you had any medical treatment?
No,
Okay. Is any proposed insured currently a resident in the nursing home or ever been diagnosed with having terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease?
no, sir.
Okay. Have you had asthma, sleep apnea, or respiratory disorder?
No,
Okay. Any digestive tract disorders?
no,
Okay. Hepatitis or any liver disorder,
no,
blood disorder, or bone marrow transplant?
no,
Yes, sir. Kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or any other genital disorder? Yeah, disorder?
No, sir.
Okay. Mary, disease of the breast, ovaries, or uterus.
No,
Okay. Arthritis or any other musculatory disorders.
no,
Loss of hearing or sight.
no,
Okay. Any immune deficiency, AIDS, ARC, or any related conditions.
no,
Okay. What's in HIV? I'll say no for you.
no,
Does any smoke cigarettes or use tobacco?
no,
Okay. Have you used marijuana in the last year?
no.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now that we went through, now I'm not the underwriter, but based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like I should be able to get you qualified for these benefits. This is the QR checklist. It's kind of like the mandatory checklist. And since we went through it all, doing it enough, I know what and what doesn't need to go into it. And so I can tell you, Joe and Mary, that y'all do qualify for these benefits. And all I have to do from this point on is to get you rolled up. Sir. Now, Joe and Mary, what day of the month would be perfect to draft out of the account? Just so we could have a day for y'all.
I don't know because I don't know how much it is.
No worries, no worries. We're not there yet, but I don't want you to even think about that right now. Right now, we're just going through the QR checklist. Like I said, to see if you qualify, we want to just kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. So what would be an ideal date for y'all? You still Now, Joe, this program is set up once a month, computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you the discounted rate. Now, your program is only about $151 per month. Now, this can be handled anytime between the 18th and the 1st of the month. What date is best for you?
You said it was gonna be how much?
$151?
Oh, yeah, Daron, we can't do that right now. We just man, we're still recuperating from, Christmas and everything like that. I don't see how that's gonna fit in our budget right now.
No worries, no worries. Here, let me go back through this. Let me make a small adjustment here and there, and let's see if we can get it down to a number that's more comfortable for you and Mary. Will that work, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, we could try it.
Okay, okay. Let me make some changes real quick. I'll share the screen as soon as I fix that. How was Christmas for you and Joe Mary?
It was good.
The kids get everything, I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
Same here, same here. I only have dogs, but you would be surprised how many dog toys we buy them. They might as well be kids. Okay, let me pull that back up for you. Now, Joe, instead of that 151, what I did was I knocked it down all the way to 89. 89, and that'd be per month. And like I said, that could be from the 18th through the 1st of every month, which we can pull from the bank. Now, does this 89 sound a little more appealing than that 151?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Yeah, much better. And like I said, you'll have my number whenever you want to make a change. If you want to make it higher or lower, we can do that whenever. But like I said, it'd be because today's the 18th, we can do the 18th through the 1st. So which one would work best for you and Joe? I mean, you and Mary.
Let's do um the 25th.
Okay, 25th, perfect. Perfect. Yes, sir. Now, because this is a member-owned program, and once it is issued, it cannot be taken away by American Income or your employer. This is an application process which is started with the health questions. In addition, this will be signed electronically. So after completing the application, you will receive an email from DocuSign or have like a remote access through Zoom to which you confirm the accuracy of the information that you're agreeing to electronically sign these applications just as if it was your own signature. Now, the enrollment process takes from anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. Now, if you're approved, you will receive your policies in the mail and a congratulatory letter welcoming you to the AI Lab program discount. Now, what comes next? Obviously, with these benefits, you are conditionally covered from the moment that your call ends to the first bank draft happens, immediately within the 24 to 48 hours of your application. Your bank may not reflect your draft up to 10 days, so please ensure the funds stay in there to ensure that your coverage is. Now, your first premium would be, like I said, we rounded it to $89. Now, these items, we need to complete this application process. We'll need driver's license, doctor's information, any meds taken if they are taken, checkbook or bank information, meaning like your routing or accounting information, Joe or Mary, whichever wants to speak first. Now, at some point in everyone's life, they become uninsurable and would be declined for insurance. This is usually due to like age, health, or any habits that you may have had when you were younger. Now, once you become insurable, you typically can't get insurance again. If you are approved, these are the three possible outcomes. First, you could be approved for could be approved standard due to having minor or no health issues. The second option is that we can fall somewhere in between perfect health and the uninsurable line. Now, because the groups we work with want everyone to be approved, they created a category called special risk. We could put quotations around that special risk, where the program would be a few more dollars per month. Now, in this category, you would pay exactly what someone else would pay for the same health profile. Now, obviously, the closer you are to the line, the more the program would be. Now, think of this like car insurance. Somebody with a perfect driving record wouldn't pay the same as someone that had a lot of speeding tickets. The third option is the counter offer. Now, they make this offer for someone that may not have been covered in the past as a last chance to get covered. Now, if the program comes back different than what we discussed, I will call you and I'll let you know right away if anything happened. But that if that did happen, it would take a few extra dollars. Now, would that be a problem with you with the 89?
No, I mean, you know, as long as it's not up there like the 150 originally.
Perfect. Now, you may receive one or more calls, just kind of ask you to review the questions I've asked you to ensure that everything is accurate on your application. In order to approve your policy, now the company may need your help in getting additional records or medical information from your physician. Now, in order to approve you, the company may send out a medical professional to conduct a physical in the privacy of your home, of course, and at no cost to you. It is important to be prepared and be responsive during this approval process. Now, you will be receiving an email from DocuSign, and I'll give you remote access to sign through Zoom. Now, once you sign that and review that, the benefits to ensure there is no confusion. The summary sheet reflects what you're applying for today. Now, once you receive these policies from American Income Life, they'll keep them in a safe place. Uh, they're asking that you keep them in a safe place or safekeeping until the annual review happens. This will be mailed out maybe approximately within this next week coming up or the week after. So 2 weeks. I give it a 2 week period. Now, because of the growth, we are currently expanding our operations. Now, if you know anyone in between positions, fresh out of school, or just looking for a better career, please refer them to the person like me, and I can get them signed up right away to just help us help people like you, Joe Mayor. It take no time. And like I said earlier, this is my report card part. If you do get some time later, could you give me a Google review? My name again is Daron York. I work with the American Income Division, Michael Vassu's agency to be exact. And make sure you just contact all the families that we talked about earlier. So that'd be your sister, Monica, Stephanie, Kevin, Peyton, Lisa, Henry, Brent, Pam, Chris, David. Make sure you give all those people a call and a text and just let them know that they'll be hearing from me in the next couple of days, and I'll just give them the same kind of talk I gave you and just uh let them see these great benefits that you signed up for today.
Okay.
Now, Joe Mayor, almost everyone takes advantage of this program. You know, like you, because of the value and the cost is very small compared to other benefits. Now, it's very rare, but sometimes the members can cancel. Could be a week, could be a month, maybe a year later. And we end up seeing these same people the next service period, maybe 2 or 3 years later, and they're upset because they're no longer ahead than they were. Now, most people end up wanting to reapply for the benefits. The problem is now the program is more expensive because they're older. Worse yet, some people can't even get into it anymore because of their health. That has changed. Now, the point of this is not for a short-term fix, but a long-term solution. The longer that you're in the program, the more valuable it is. So if this 130 a month is uncomfortable for you, which in your case would be $89, let's fix it right now. How does everything kind of sound or feel for you right now with the $89?
It feels good.
Perfect. All right. Now I want to emphasize that the first draft is going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours, meaning either tomorrow or the day after. But that your bank might not reflect it up for 10 days. So you might not see it on the transaction. Now I want you to make sure that we're good to go on the first draft day and the money will be there. If there are any issues, this creates a lot of headaches for kind of both of us, the agency, for me, and just for you, because you're expecting these great benefits and it won't be taken out. And it reflects poorly on me because it makes me look like I pressured you into doing something that you didn't want to. Now, are we good to go on that first draft date, the 25th that you said?
Yeah, yeah, that'll work.
Now, this pleases me to show that to keep this important program in place for your family, and the next time we see you, that you'll be really happy that you did it.